This is a testament to my connection with the world around me, and it's very much my companion now, bearing witness to everything I've experienced on this journey. This is a testament to my connection with the world around me, and it's very much my companion now, bearing witness to everything I've experienced on this journey. This is a testament to my connection with the world around me, and it's very much my companion now, bearing witness to everything I've experienced on this journey.
Alright, that actually took longer than I thought. Let's see. Wrong button.
I will be there.
Wrong button. There we go. Focus mode. Engage.
When I grow up, I'll be the strongest gladiator.
Oh, it's right here. I put this off for too long. Oh.
Muggy day. Sky's gloomy. Air's all wet. Oh, man. At least let me finish my sentence. Ugh. Ugh. Cold, cold, cold.
Hot meal should warm you right up.
All right. I'm famished. We barely had a bite sprinting all the way here from Ragusa. Whoa! Pinch me! This is a feast and a half! Hey, Rover. So, we did bring enough money, right? I mean, we kind of rushed out without grabbing anything.
Oh, that? Don't worry. Money's not an issue. Augusta made sure we're covered. All our food and lodging here in Septimont is billed straight to the F-Force Palace. But I think the owner might have overdone it a little.
Ha! Better get used to it. You're the champ of the Great Aegon. And you know me. If food's on offer, I'll be a scoffer. Yeah, no leftovers, guaranteed. Free stay? Free meal? This effort really knows how to treat guests. Maybe we should, you know, hang around a bit longer. This smells amazing!
Abby, what do you think Imperator wants me to find? If Cardathea's right, the last clue should be somewhere on the Sanguis Plateaus. We're so close to the finish line, just one step away. But our pace is slowed.
Relax. We're already back in Septimont. What's the rush? I remember Lupa said there's this weird blight cloud hanging over the Sanguis Plateaus. And when the high tide, or whatever, rolls around, all the gladiators go there to hunt tacit discords. Wait, is the high tide coming up soon? The Afra's invite did say something about a big hunt. Huh, that reminds me. Aren't we supposed to meet her today?
A messenger came this morning. Augusta is dealing with an emergency, so our meeting's postponed. It looks like it'll be a while. An unexpected change. It's throwing everything off course. I don't like the feel of it. And why me for this hunt? If it's about the Great Aegon. The messenger said none of the other gladiators were invited.
Who knows? Maybe she just wants to test her strength against you. Typical Septimontian, right?
You think so? I've only met her a few times, but I doubt she acts on such simple impulses. And as the F4, is she really in a position to do whatever she wants?
Guessed from afar, you possess eyes as clear as crystal. But what troubles you so that eyes once bright as the highland sky now darken with rolling clouds?
Who is this?
A warrior who walks the blade's edge does not falter over trifles. The clouds, if I may guess, are cast from the throne. At the peak of Capitolini Hill, beneath the pale walls of the Ephes Palace, secrets lie buried. And the most intricate among them are those born from the pursuit of power. Even one as honorable as the Epher must learn when to be ruthless. In Septimont, a city forged in iron and blood, anyone who seeks the throne without knowing the cost is no better than a lamb marching to the butcher's knife. I am Nestor, a traveling poet.
I I feel like he was,
The rains in Septimont never seem eager to leave this season. So then,
related to Cristofaro. I thought it was him in disguise for a second.
if you are curious about the effort, then allow me to say that nothing would honor me more than to offer even a modest service to the champion of the great Aegon.
Wait, how do you know he's the champion? And all that stuff about the F-Word, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your eyes. Were we talking too loud?
To see and to hear are but two of the many ways to perceive. Trusting the senses is a habit, a natural expedience, but not the only option. Truth be told, I've been gathering inspiration for my next epic, and its protagonist is none other than Augusta, the Ephor of Septimont. That's why I speak of her with some familiarity. I have a feeling your tale with her will soon be written. And knowing more about those who walk alongside you is rarely without its benefits.
True. And tell me about Augusta.
Augusta. A girl of humble birth. A resonator of modest talent. A commoner without noble patronage. And yet, from the den of wolves that is Septimont City, she rose, just like the burning sun was once a cloud of dust.
Oh? Really? Dear guest from afar, do follow me into the near forgotten stories of Augusta, but simply telling it might be a bit dull. What methods do you have in mind? Perhaps having the listener become the protagonist of such stories might be a good option. This should add a more immersive touch to the sounds and images you've yet to hear and see. Either way, it says continue. At this moment, you are Augusta. You shall relive her past, face the same choices she once made. Thus, forget your name for now. I'm ready. Of course, Augusta's story is already written. No matter what choices you've made, they will not alter our reality. Yet be wary, fate is fickle, and the misstep can lead to a swift end. Weigh your choices carefully. Well then, let the story begin. Set aside the complex thoughts, and let me sing the epic of our young girl Augusta. A gentle warm light begins to blur your vision, and you slowly close your eyes. When it clears, a small, frightened girl clutching a sword stands amidst the ruins. A group of solemn Septimontian gladiators stand guard around her. Hey kid, you alone? Don't be afraid. We know what the Dark Tide did to your home, and we're here to help. Different choices will change the corresponding stats value. You must be hungry. Here, this should be enough to keep you from starving for now. We can take you to Septimont City. It's not far from here. We don't know when the next disaster will strike. Starting at these ruins won't change anything. Even if you rebuild these walls 1,000 times, they'll never hold against the dark tide. You don't have the strength to stop it. Bring your sword and come with us. The gladiators shake their heads and pat their shoulders. Remember to maintain a stat balance. The story ends if the stats drop to 0. Oh. Okay. The story chapter is complete once the corresponding goals are met. In the end, you choose to leave the village. The gladiators' words revealed a bitter truth. You lack the strength to protect your home. You are leaving behind in your travels. Following the gladiators, you arrive in the city of Septimont by ship. You wave them goodbye after arriving at the central square. Meanwhile, you notice the square is crowded with citizens. A poster for gladiators Aegon is pinned to a wooden board. The air is filled with heated chatter about the upcoming match. You must know, Septimont reveres strength. Here only the victor reigns. That is the law older than the city itself. Eat or be eaten, such is the way of this city. To survive, you'll have to find your bite and seize the crown with your teeth. You can't stop thinking about that conversation. You realize the gladiators are the very symbol of strength in Septimont. If there's a way to dominate the arena, maybe you'll find the strength you're looking for. As you leave, you notice that 3 words stand out in the incandescent chatter. Identity, status, and talent. They seem to be an essential part of gladiating. There are always those commoners who view the Aegon as mere boring displays of butchery. But we're hardly entertained by the sight of rats shrieking in the dirt. What we crave is true magnificence. A warrior who can make roses bloom from blood. Want to have a bet on how many mangy rats are going to try this Aegon this year? Them and their stench be stinking up the place. You are determined to step onto the arena. The rules demand a mentor at your back, someone to keep death from claiming you in your first day, and perhaps even teach you to see the fight through to the end. After hitting several dead ends, you eventually come across Kato. Kato is a retired gladiator star, but takes on few proteges. So, you want to join the Aegon? You say. Why don't you start by telling me a little about yourself? You recall the discussions about gladiators' identity and status and talents. People in the city of Septimont seem to value these more than anything. You choose. Done with your little tale? You can't even bring yourself to say who you really are. What good is strength and power to you? Adorning yourself like this? Ha! You're just wearing a fake crown to cover your cowardice. What else wouldn't you abandon if you toss away your home and name? Please leave now. Well, damn. Ain't that something? Perhaps having the listener become the ah, yes, we did this. Yep. I'm gonna have to go. Continue. Continue. Bold. Take the food. Continue. Grip the sword. Follow them. Engage with them. Show your awe at the city. Draw closer to the crowd. Oh, either way, it's just continue. Got you. More strength. Okay. Continue. Ignore them. Continue. 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 Speak honestly. The dark tide took your home, and you came to Septimont seeking strength. Is that so? You've got some metal, but that's not gonna cut it here. Go home. People like you always show up with nothing but fancy dreams, only to seem crushed and trampled. I've seen enough idiots like you. What now? Still here, are you? You think your stubbornness will change my mind? Pathetic. Alright then, let's have a duel. Land one strike and you win. If you manage that, I'll teach you how to be a true gladiator. This duel here is your entrance trial. Blades meet in sharp clash. Kato moves with practice ease. You are quickly defeated. Strengthless. Do you realize how weak you are? Do you really know who you're fighting against? Can you really best me? You can't. Now how do you plan to end this? Back for round 2, are we? Country rats like you sure are pestering as the city folks say you are, huh? Just like last time, you aren't much of a challenge to Kato, and you're swiftly beaten again. Go back. This is not your path. Too slow, too weak. Your foolish swings only bring smiles to your enemies. Is that your best? How naive. Well, I guess a rat that lives in the dark is never meant for the sun. Checkmate. You've lost. Still not ready to give up. Why don't you sell your sword? It'll get you some food at least. You stand before Kato again, dragging your exhausted body nearly to its limit. The wind swept up the blade, whispered past, and you're suddenly home. Soft sunlight cascades on the ground oak leaves, and you hear your friend's laughter, your parents' gentle calls. But in the very next breath, a deep chill engulfs. Thoughts race across your mind, and your hand instinctively grips the sword hilt. You seize the opening and land a hit on Kato. Kato hands you his sword and turns and to leave. In Septimon's arena, the victor claims the weapon of the defeated, a symbol of conquest. This sword is yours now. If you are determined to bite off that crown, do not fall before you get there. Augusta, that's your name, isn't it? The moment you step into the arena, you will lose this name. The spectators may brand you with a number of symbols, or even the name of some wild beast. And only that last one standing has the right to reclaim their true name. By then, all this chattering and chanting your name, Augusta, you'll have to conquer all their hearts and win their applause, even without identity, status, and talents. Tell me, will you see that day? Training starts tomorrow, 6 sharp, right here.
Fail enough times, and you might eventually succeed. Should we call it resilience? Or mere stubbornness? Or perhaps, for a girl who has lost everything, there was never a second option. She had no one to trust but herself, and naught but a blade to hold. And yet, as the first stanza of an epic, this is nothing extraordinary. Since the lament, across the scorched lands of Solaris, I've heard this story repeat itself, again and again. Greatness. Yes, our era has certainly seen it. But true greatness is never found on the first page of a story. Courage, glory, and honor. Such immortal virtues have been etched in tablet and stone. They are never forged overnight. Light as a thread, elusive as the wind, they weave themselves into every twist of fate, tangling with every insignificant choice we make.
I don't know. It's just unbelievable. The Augusta he's talking about, and the F-word we saw in the arena. No way they're the same person.
A girl far from home, arriving in the city upon Capitolini Hill in pursuit of strength. No title, no status, no wealth. I doubt anyone at the time could have imagined her rising to where she is now. Do you mean Kato? Do you believe Kato handed her that final victory on purpose, and that his scathing words were a test of her resolve? Then Kato must have been an idealist to place his faith in a girl with nothing to her name. Now, why don't we keep this question in mind and see where the story leads us?
I completely forgot I was muted. I was talking that whole time. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm mad. Okay.
This is a testament to my connection with the world around me. And it's very much my
I'll deal with it
companion now.
Alright, let's go, man. Let's get to the next part. Dawn breaks with pale glow. A month has already passed under Kato's training, and today the grind continues. You arrive at the training site repeating the same moves over and over again. She has begun to wear on your patience. You notice some gladiators training in moves you've never seen before. You decide to... You reflect on your training. It was always you alone facing the wooden post, patching yourself up over and over. Days slip by and the gladiator's Aegon draws near. Today, Kato will give you one final lesson. I've done all I can to prepare you. Now you're on your own. Here's my final task for you. Tell me, why do you want to become a gladiator? What pulls you through all this training? Your ideal has never faltered since you left home. To be strong enough to protect others. You meet Kato's gaze, and he reads the answer in your eyes. In the meantime, a flicker of desire crosses your eyes. You recall Kato's words from when this all started. By then, all will be chanting your name, Augusta. We'll have to conquer their hearts to win their applause even. Without identity, status, and talents. Tell me, will you see that day? Kato remarked. You're aware that the sponsors of the Gladiators Aegon are mostly nobles and wealthy merchants. Figures beyond your reach, except, perhaps, in the underground arena. These are all top-of-the-line merchants I got here. Care to have a look? Like products on display, you and a few other gladiators stand in the middle of the underground arena, scrutinized by nobles and wealthy merchants in the stands. One by one, those behind you are chosen and escorted away. The audience casts their eyes in your direction. However, all you receive is constant laughter in return. These laughs, so they really did have a hand in that disaster. When the dark tide struck, those with power and wealth continued their life in indulgence and luxury. The might of the gladiators existed only to serve their desires. Well, well, a village girl with such unremarkable forte dreaming of power and strength. I can't remember the last time Septimon had a joke this amusing. What can you offer? Prancing around like a circus clown and scrambling for your life? So we can have all a good laugh? So we can all have a good laugh? Or do you think playing innocent will win your favor? Anyone interested in this one? After all, watching the weak struggle is always a fine source of entertainment. Entertainment, you say? In Septimon's strength defines worth. You shouldn't be so quick to judge a gladiator who offers herself. You turn your view toward the voice. With heavy steps, a well-dressed old-school noble walks down from the stands towards you. He smells of rotten stench. It's unlike the smell of rats, as the Septimons had put it, but a foul odor of power and wealth. I engage only in profitable ventures. To stand in the arena, you must prove your worth. I have 3 trials for you. Survive them, and we may speak further, brave lady. You accept the noble's trials, though trials is too fine a word, something intended only to break you. Outside the walls of Septimont lies a wasteland plagued by the dark tide, your homeland. They say a ferocious lion beast corrupted the dark tide's prowls deep within a cave. No common blade could cut through its skin. Your first trial is to slay that beast. The noble, however, decides to strip you of all equipment but a dull blade. The mountain trial winds like a serpent. Among the charred tree stumps, dozens of bleached skeletons lie scattered. You suspect you're getting close as you continue forward against the unpleasant smell. When the first rays of sunlight split the clouds, the cave reveals itself, breathing death before you get a clear picture of the cave. A crushing force presses down upon you. Shh, get down. You trying to get yourself killed? Hold your breath or you'll alert it. You turn around and see a hunter. Just then, a massive beast roars and walks past where you're hiding. After the lion beast has left, you apologize to the hunter. It was thanks to him the beast did not notice you. Going by those clothes, you're a Septimon gladiator, eh? I used to be just like you. Lost a big match, got tossed out by the nobles, and ended up like this. We're nothing but their playthings. The skills honed for battle are now merely tools for survival. Septimont has abandoned the strength it desperately needs. You pity such reality. Only a madman will go after that lion. His words are rough, but he eventually tells you everything he knows. You bid the hunter farewell and make preparations for the hunt. To gain more knowledge of your prey, you choose to silently observe the beast for the following days. After a few days, you manage to grasp an overall behavioral pattern of the lion beast. Thus, you march toward the deep cave. Deep within the cave's dark embrace, you tread softly. Then suddenly, dread freezes your steps. Between the flickering torch flames, a monstrous shape appears. The lion beast. Fire from the nether dances a mist in golden mane, while claws like scythes tear wounds in the earth. As you expected, your sword fails you. It's ineffective against the lion. Before you take a breath, the lion's thunderous roar storms you again. You decide to just before the lion beast pounces, you slash with all your strength at the stagnate above, the stalactite above. It crashes down into the lion's jaws. You land on its neck. It lunges to seize you, but your swift dodges force its claws into a deadly knot around its throat. Seeing your chance, you give it a final pull, and the beast struggles itself into a frantic struggle. It strangles itself into a frantic struggle. Oh my god. It's stupid. Okay. The trial is ended, and you drag your exhausted body towards the stream. Clear water cascades down into the mountain valley, and the dense forest slumbers quietly in the nature's cradle. You rinse your blood-stained hands in the water. The clear stream slowly turns red. The birds scatter, and the fish vanish. You sense the forest's unease at your presence. The critter panics, plunges you into reflection. For the first time, you realize that power can instill fear. With no time to rest, you approach the nobleman again. He imposes the second trial upon you. Killing a mad beast is hardly an achievement. I'm sure you're aware, girl, that all the warriors of Septimont have 2 lives. One by their parents, and the other by their sword. You may consider the sword in the gladiator's hand as their life in the arena. For the second trial, bring me 100 lives. Yes, prove to me you are worthy to stand in the arena. To get the admission pass for the Aegon, you start the second trial. Day after day, you fight gladiators of Septimont. As your reputation grows, so do the spectators. They don't care who you are, but only want to see you will fall. Look, it's that girl again. Didn't think she would get as many wins as she did. Just look at the size of her. How will she even carry those swords? You have grown used to this kind of noise. The defeating cheers numb your fatigue. Your sword now rests against your opponent's throat. One by one, the gladiators you've challenged grow in numbers. Those you've defeated kneel before you, offering their swords symbolizing their honor with both hands. Even in Septimon, there's a limit to opponents that prove they're a challenge to you. Eventually, you will need to seek out tougher challenges. You take targeted Victor, a frequent champion in the Aegon from one of the noble houses. Do you have any idea who Victor's father is? His lordship is the largest sponsor of the Aegon. Power, wealth, those aren't things brute strength can rival. Victor has the best mentor and the finest weapon. The house behind Victor comes to you with an offer, a perfect job, and sustainable fortune if you walk away from the duel. You reject the bribe without a second thought. Humiliated, the noble's servant spits curses in your face. Which would be best? Respond calmly doesn't, I don't want to be calm. Say nothing? And avoid altercations? I guess. You ignorant country peasant. Do you know what it means to refuse a noble? Then you shall suffer your arrogance. When the time comes, don't expect any pity, as you won't be getting any. The scion silences the rambling servant and tears up the contract. Let's go. There's no point in talking since into an ignorant fool. Then again, I'd appreciate it if you don't waste too much of my time in the arena. They throw a bag of credits as a way to humiliate you, following it up with sarcasm, mocking gestures. They attempt to overwhelm you with their pride. The day arrives. Victor accepts your challenge with his honor of nobility as the stake. You remember well that haughty look he wrote but a few days prior. But the nobles wield only words, not swords. Victor knows nothing about swordsmanship. You easily defeat the weak, incompetent scion and casually lift his pretty helmet with the tip of your sword. I have won, and I achieved it without wasting your time. Do you see? Your gilded lies shatter before real strength. The crowd erupts in cheers and applause. The nobles, unable to deny your triumph, lower their heads. You return to your lodging to count your trophies. 99 swords, 99 opponents defeated. Claim. Most gladiators have long feared your reputation and dare not challenge you, except one. Adradel, the rising star of the underground arena. Unlike you, he was born with powerful forte. He is undoubtedly the king of the arena. Amidst the endless chanting of the name Adradel, you arrive as promised. Your opponent, towering physique, dwarfs you, and his crushing presence brings to mind fearsome lion beast. So now she's remembering the lion? After a few changes, you notice something unusual. The floor is too slippery to gain a foothold, and Adridel's armor is unusually heavy. You are all too familiar with the noble's despicable tricks. You then shift your pace, luring Adridel into the very trap meant for you. After a few more rounds, his steps grow loose, his reactions sluggish. Your sword stops just before the neck of the Septimon's strongest gladiator. The entire arena falls silent, and almost immediately, the crowd erupts into applause. Stab, stab, stab. Kill, kill, kill. Adriel closes his eyes and accepts his fate. In front of everyone's watchful eyes, you only take Adriel's sword and then bow towards the audience before turning to leave. Left him speechless. Live! 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 The next day you arrive before the old school merchants and nobles with 100 lives. Adridel is merely made of Septimontian flesh. Above him stands a far greater force. Your third trial is to earn the blessing of our Arsinosa, the Lioness of Glory. I know Arsinosa. It has never tasted defeat. People say it's a peak no humans can ever reach, the last wall of Septimon, but it is this insurmountable challenge that stirs the thirst of victory in your blood. You accept the third trial to confront the guardian of Septimont, Arsinosa. On the eve of the trial, you return to the training grounds once again. While you wait for Kato, you find yourself standing before the familiar wooden post. It has been your most enduring companion in your pursuit of strength. Well, not particularly an easy path, is it? Tell me, what did you learn from this path? Strength brings conquest, such as humanity's oldest rule. Augusta, I'll be there for your last trial, and I will call your name for all to hear. Back in your room, you stare blankly at your stacked collection of swords. These trophies symbolize strength and conquest, but how will you show them to the world? You once heard the tale of a legendary gladiator, a warrior, who would always fuse their opponent's swords with their own after victory. Now, you decide to tread the same path and stand before the smithy. You wish to demonstrate your strength, yet now you still seek to do this with power not of your own. Watching the blacksmith's hammer rise and fall, seemingly impractical idea emerges. In the end, you use your forte to fuse all the swords into one. Your forte never stands out among resonators, but its seemingly insignificant power is enough to be stronger than the forge of fire and hammer swings. The blade of glory. The day of the final trial has finally arrived. You walked to the arena center with your newly forged sword. The bronze horns blare from atop the 12 stone pillars. All eyes are on you. Everyone is eager to witness how a human will rival the strength of Arsinosa. Suddenly, a rumbling roar cuts through the noise of the crowd. The nobles' banters and banners flutter and fall. A colossal shadow swallows the sunlight around you, and Arsinosa appears. It's awake. A noble shrieked. Arsinosa stands slightly opposite you. Slowly, its eyes open, coldly watching you. With a sudden sweep of her tail, the lioness shatters the stone pillar. You roll aside, barely dodging the flying debris. A chill seeps through the tears in the cloth of your left shoulder. The screams from the stands are soon drowned by the lioness roar. A wave of sound and dust rips past your ears. You can taste blood on your lips and tongue. Her second attack comes without warning. You barely have time to react before your sword rises to meet her descending paws. You manage to withstand Arsinosa's fierce attack, and at that moment it withdraws. Seize the opportunity to thrust your blade into the ancient crack in its right foreleg. Golden blood spills the arena. Arsinosa seizes her attack, and her mane brushes against your blood-stained face before she lowers her hand. The arena shakes with applause. You hear the crowd chant your name in honor. The voices, they are O wise and noble Arsinosa, the mighty guardian of Septimont, bestow upon her crown of courage and strength. When the cries of triumph resonate with the earth, we see the fire of humanity blaze across Septimont. O sun and moon, witness this extraordinary feat. Witness her epic dedication to Septimont. As the platform rises, you realize that by earning Arsinosa's blessing, you have been granted a privilege. You are crowned a champion without the great Aegon. Nevertheless, you have already conquered countless gladiators with your strength. Under everyone's gaze, glory now bows at your feet. That's right, Augusta. Wow, okay. That was a good one.
Merely the rough shape of a short epic. This is all I can offer about the F4. Now, as a listener, what do you make of my narration?
I still don't know the effort enough.
In this, you are right. Poetry can only offer a glimpse of the true story. The reality of people, events, and things slips beyond the grasp of words. I do not belong in the pages of the epic, so I remain confined to the observer's gaze. I can imagine events and emotions unfold, but I cannot truly recreate them. Here's some advice for you, though I hesitate to call it such. If you want the truth of a story, step into it. Become part of it. The opportunity stands before you now. As I've said, the tale between you and Augusta, the hero of Septimont, is only now turning its next page.
You seem to know exactly what I'm about to do.
It's not difficult to see. Fate flows like the stars, tracing their course. Your destination is written in the steps you take. The rain is passing. I hear it ceasing its symphony upon the earth. It is time for farewells. Before I leave, may I ask you one last question? What is it that has lifted Augusta to the seat of power? What is it that makes a ruler?
Well, I'd say strength. Let's be real. There's no way Augusta could have passed those trials without strength. Rover, what do you think?
It was her unyielding resolve.
You needn't rush to answer now. Keep it in mind as you continue your journey. When the final chapter is written, the answer will reveal itself. Farewell, my friend. Our paths crossed by fate and by chance. Soon, after this brief encounter, everything about me will be gone with the wind. But you, your epic continues.
Oh, they could have made him a character. He could have been an A rank. He would have been dope, I feel like. We definitely need more A ranks. Is it Cristofaro? I thought it was. the previous day.
Your Excellency, you have indulged her too much. As the priestess, Iuno is far too unruly in both action and word. It's a disgrace to her title.
Indeed. She entered the palace unannounced, uninvited, and with no decorum. A blatant affront to the authority of the palace.
Same as always. Senators, all she crossed was a doorway. One too insignificant to carry the weight of our authority, or defend anyone's fragile pride. Let us not forget, it is not the walls of Capitolini Hill that command fear. It is my will, my sword, and our relentless conquest. I know your fear. You fear a priestess's voice drowning yours, and a rebel challenging the Senate's rules. But listen well. Power does not bow to sycophants, cowering behind their traditions. If you seek power, then step from the shadows. Face me, and prove yourself worthy.
Hello, gorgeous.
Took you long enough, Augusta.
Handling the senators takes time. You know that. Well, to keep our esteemed priestess from waiting, maybe next time I'll just leave them to their own devices. I'll make sure they record every detail of your feat, and relay it word for word to Grandmother Lilibet. Priestess Iuno. Unruly behavior left Tetragon Temple without permission and trespassed into the Ephor's palace. I wonder, who will lose it first? Lilibet or you?
Let those old foxes report me all they want. If they step into the Tetragon left foot first, I'll shoot the left. Right foot first, I'll shoot the right.
Hey, I'm with you on that one. The Senate should be reminded now and then that the Tetragon's kindness is not a reason to take Priestess Iuno lightly. Why didn't you wait there? I had everything handled. We depart for the hunting ground tonight. If anything changed, you could have reached me by my terminal. You didn't need to come all the way here. I want you free of duty until that day arrives.
You're overthinking it, Augusta. I'm here to see that person. Grandmother Lilibet said his fate is one of unknowable void. Sounds intriguing enough to make time for.
She is just so gorgeous, man. Oh my god, when you release Iuno.
So that's it? Too bad. The ship from Laguna won't dock until tomorrow morning, and we'll be gone by then.
Ugh, what a hassle.
Patience, you know. The warrior has accepted the invitation. So, you'll have plenty of time to meet during the hunt. Is there something else you want to say?
I read Grandma Lilibet's Book of Prophecies. The hunt and our plan, neither end well. Are you sure we should go through with this?
Risk does not trouble me. Peril simply requires greater strength. But really, when did you start caring about the temple's traditions?
O ye faithless of Septimont, the divinity is enraged. Should your ruler defy their will again, doom shall be your fate. Lately, I've been hearing murmurs from the nobles again, about the ancient prophecy from Raguna.
I will admit, those words once carried weight. But when our ancestors crossed the waters and climbed these hills, Raguna's divinity didn't get a seat on the ship. And the priestesses all said the prophecy was incomplete. Only the hero of heroes, wielding extraordinary power, risen from the dark tides, shall bring eternity to Septimont. Then shall the waters quiet, the tempest still, and glory return with the blood of the old king. Do not forget, this is the other half of the prophecy. Fabius, Attilius, Valeria, one after another, these heroes have saved Septimont from the brink of ruin. As long as a hero stands, no disaster can break this eternal city.
What if this time is different? What if ruin is our fate?
I'll keep them toes safe. I promise you, no. I promise.
Then I will sever that fate with my blade.
What's so amusing?
So, the fearless priestess Iuno can be frightened after all. But it's fine. If you're afraid, don't push yourself. I can handle this alone. Most revered priestess, wait for me in the temple. I shall return victorious.
Frightened. Me? If anything, it's you, trying to shut me out and face it alone. Fine. Go ahead. You'll come back to me sooner or later.
That I can't deny.
I knew it. So you do need me for this hunt.
Thank you. You know.
Why are you saying this?
The storm is coming. Come, you know, my friend. The best way to greet a storm is to walk straight into it.
So that really was, that was the true ending that I didn't finish. Okay. Hey, look, I'll take it. Yes, well, I know. I've been playing for 3 hours. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm gonna get to those hot springs, and that's gonna be that.